Hello, welcome to Pieces Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint things on the internet. That's what I do. Changing things around. I put a shelf up. Pretty excited about that. I'm just gonna get rid of a lot of that stuff, and we're gonna start turning this more into the, like a regular studio, I guess, instead of just a workshop, which is what which is kind of what it was before. It was kind of like a catch-all for all the tools and things we used to work on a lot of stuff. Yeah. When I had a food truck and a restaurant, I used to have to fix a lot of things, so I have a bunch of tools. Anyway, now I don't have to fix as much stuff, which is weird. I miss it kind of a little bit. So we're gonna put a lot more stuff back up in toolboxes and put them in a place where we can get to them later if we really need them. But I mean, if I haven't, some of that stuff I haven't taken down off that wall in 2-3 years, it can go. I don't use it that often. It can go somewhere else. It'll be fine. So, I mean, that's what you do, right? You downsize, or you change. This isn't really downsizing. This is just changing where it's set up. Change organization. So, man. Also, I managed to change the camera angle for our miniature step. So let's take a look at that. I'm still working on this one, so we're gonna mess around with it a little bit while we're kind of trying to get ready here. I think I like it. I think we got to get some. I got to get a little bit more used to some of this other stuff, but I think it's okay. Maybe I need to move. Yeah, I think that's actually going to be a little bit better for everybody. It's better for me. I can see a little bit better about what I'm doing here, which is great. That's what we really want, right? We want to be able to see. Hopefully this looks good. It looks like it's picking up the mini really well. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Things change when we start actually painting stuff. I don't know why that it works like that, but it does. As soon as we start actually working, it's like the camera decides it doesn't want to participate. That's strange. I totally should have got some coffee. Hold on. Let's see if we can text one of these children. Or I'll just hold on. Hey, Owen. Can you do me a favor? That'd be a whole lot easier. I have a whole lot of trouble breathing today. My pharmacy didn't have my medicine. Could you get me a cup of coffee?
Of course.
Thank you very much. And warm it. Throw it in the microwave for like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. A hot beverage helps my breathing. And I've been having trouble breathing. My pharmacy ran out of one of my inhalers, and needed it, and they didn't have it. I'm like, oh my gosh. So now I'm like a day and a half out without this particular inhaler, and it makes it hard to breathe, which is crazy. You get so used to being on a medicine, and then you get off of it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna die. And you're not really gonna die. It's not anything near that serious, but yeah, no. It's definitely no fun. Okay, so I did put a little bit of the vermilion on this guy. And I wanted to do a little bit of testing and see what we can do. Yeah, this is gonna require like a whole different change up here to get used to painting on this side. I kind of like this though. We're gonna see how it works. Hopefully this works out well. I'm constantly trying to get to the point where it works out the way we want it. Why did that? I wanted to do a dry brush. So this is a pale terracotta. I kind of just want to dry brush this on top of that vermilion. to give him that fleshy demon look. And we may come back with a little bit of a vermilion wash or some other kind of wash later on. And we may want more. We may want a harder, deeper saturation of the dry brush. You know, so we may add more to that too. It just kind of depends on what it looks like once we get it kind of on here. And again, that dry brush isn't going to reach everywhere, so get where you can and don't worry about the rest of it. We'll come back with a different brush. This probably would have been easier had we not put that axe in his hand prior to getting started, but c'est la vie. There's two schools of thought on that. One of them being, okay, it's easier to get to everything and da 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 da. The other one being that you get a better shading effect when the model is all together when you're doing like zenithals and things like that. So it really comes down to like an opinion, honestly, kind of how you feel about it. I do kind of like that. I do kind of like that color. This thing maybe needs to get just a little bit closer. Thank you, sweetheart, but appreciate it. Nice and hot. Nice and hot. Okay, so now I'm trying to grab individual little bits. We could even make this even paler if we want to. Throw a smidge of white on top of it. That will definitely pale it out. These guys have so many muscles, it seems unnatural, which I suppose is great for demons. They look like comic book guys. It's just a lot of fun. There we go. Just a little bit lower. That light's like right on my face. of a vermilion wash over top of that just to pull out all the smaller divots and crevices. And he's got that strange, I don't know, the demons where it feels like their flesh has been pulled in a way that is unnatural. That ought to work. Alright. Get the rest of it painted up here. You were working on this guy yesterday. There we go. Keep my hand out of the way. Well, even the demons have straps for their armor and stuff. Like, some of it seems like it's part of their body, and some of it actually has straps. This is kind of fun to try and spot where those differences are. Not do that all the time. Smack that light all constantly. The tail, don't the tail. More wash it than that. That was not quite thin enough. There we go. Oh, that needed that flesh on it first. What was I thinking? I just add more vermilion to it and that's fine. That's fine. It'll be fine. Derp. Kind of like the better up higher. It's a whole lot easier to operate up here. Base codes always look so, like, terrible. Like, what am I doing? I will say, make sure you get it good and smoothed out. It does look like it's pooling too much. you want to pull it around and move it. And that can happen sometimes, especially with the way some model paints are real thin, and you know, you've got a wet brush and you can make it to where it's so thin it doesn't pool, or pools too much, or sometimes it doesn't pull at all, it just runs right off of things. And that's terrible. You don't want to deal with that. That's never fun to deal with situation there. You can see in that fingers how it's pulling too much on the inside of the hand. And just spread it around. Make sure it's getting it where we want it to. If I only had a brain. Oh, I guess we gotta do his face, huh? This one does look like he's wearing a helmet. This guy doesn't look like he's wearing a helmet. Okay. That is definitely two different things. One is a helmet, one is not. Well, you wonder at the idea of a helmet for a thing that has horns. Like, what are we doing there? Does he ever take it off? He's a demon. Does he need to take it off? I don't know. It does look pretty cool though. I'm like, is that his? Is her gap right there, or does it slide on? Looks like maybe it slides on. I don't know, hard to tell. Hard to tell. Boy. Get in there. Very gently. You don't really want to like jam your brush, because it'll fray your bristles. So you're just trying to kind of gently work in there. I'll let him chill out for a second. Get over to our other guy. Alright. He needs another round of this yellow. So this is a deep cadmium yellow. We're just trying to make Old Ballpark here look a little bit more yellowified. I'm gonna start calling him Old Yellow or Ballpark. He's, you know, covered in mustard and ketchup. you might be able to pull this off with a dry brush too. But at this point, I feel like a dry brush may put it too much on it. I don't know. I don't want to put too much. Mainly just looking to highlight. So back here in the back, a lot of this needs a lot more work. But that should be typical. Like the underneath and the back is a little bit darker. It's not seen quite as much, and so you're gonna have to get it to color up. You got to work at it a little bit more, but you really don't have to stress it too much. Most people are going to be, they're not going to actually turn the model over and look at it. Only connoisseurs will. You know, other painters and stuff, they might turn it over and look just to see what got done. It's definitely one of those things when you're looking at miniatures, if you're trying to figure out, hey, is this guy's stuff legit, or you know, how much did he care about this particular miniature that he or she is painting? Turn that thing around, look underneath it. If the underneath is barely done, then it was, you know, it was a rush job, or they just didn't give a dang. Pretty close. Put him on the side. Now, we gotta do another color. Another type of demon, another color. You're saving purple for the girls. I think I want to save the bright red for the big guy. So maybe we'll do like a gray, do like pink, like a. Oh, where's that? Where are those color swatches? Like this one. It's like a magenta. Almost like purple. But not purple. So playing my emotions, smoky. There's that magenta. It's like a magenta. Yeah, magenta with like a gray over to it. That's gonna be kind of cool. You know, I like to have variety of colors. I think that's just the old artist in me. Not necessarily like the miniature artist, but the old style artist, the classical pen, paper, and pencils and crayons and pastels, and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Yeah, we can slowly gray up the magenta. That'll be fun, right? Sure. I'm telling you, as soon as we start painting things, it gets all wonky. That's so weird. Like, it was fine a second ago. It likes this one. It does not like this one. Is it? I wonder if it's just the painting or what it is. Movement. It's got it a little bit better now. I don't know. I think I just need a better camera. Something that's got a little bit of movement tracking or something. flex those heels and everything is tedious as heck, but it's important. You never know when someone's going to turn your miniature around. If they do, you'll be like, you watch Pieces of Pat Paints too? And they'll be like, no, I don't watch that. Or maybe they do. Maybe they're like, oh, hey, I watched that show too. That'd be cool if I ever got to that point. Where people actually know this thing exists. It's kind of fun. Always fun to have dreams, even if you're on your second or third. Or in my case, I guess this is my one of my first dreams, but come back around again. I always wanted to be an artist. I was kind of an artist as a chef, but not this kind of artist. This little bit. Too much. Just do it with the dry brush. Yeah, let me just do this similar to the way we're doing that. Derp. This other one over here, it is vermilion and flesh or terracotta. Dry brushing is a nice, easy, fast technique. You combine it with a little bit of a wash afterwards, and it does make things super fast, super easy. Since he is all nice and open, like our lives, make this fast and get it done. That way you're not stressing yourself out over stuff. Yeah, it's gonna have a great look. It really is. Dry brush really just saves you a ton of time. But like I said, it's not going to be something you can use in every instance because it's just not. They're not shaped to do that. Yeah, you're still going to have to get in to some of these little nooks and crannies and paint it in old fashioned. but it will save you quite a bit of time. I'm still not sure if that's a jaw or if it's like some sort of piece of armor or if it's a bone. The jaws are very well put together. They look very stiff. It looks like you could take a punch. Seeing I hear him come back, kind of get a little bit more of a delicate touch with this brush than with that dry brush. But it's a combination here, you know, because I use that dry brush to get to the point where we're now with it. So kind of, like I said, it speeds it up just a little bit, makes things a little faster. And it's got a good consistency, like it's a consistent tool, like it's gonna spread the paint on a consistent way. Hopefully that makes sense. These kind of brushes, sometimes the way the bristles apply it can look a little bit more streaky and not as consistent. Hopefully that brought a little clarity into my ramblings. Tools are fun, but they're not, not every tool is for everyone. So like, you may give something a go and you may not like it, but somebody else may like that tool. There's a couple of tools out there I'm not a big fan of. I can't like think of any right off the top of my head, but I know they exist. But I'm always trying new tools, new techniques. You never know. You never know what you're gonna, when you find a new thing, you're like, oh, I really like this. I really like the way this particular brush feels, or I like the effect that technique gives it, or whatever. You shut yourself out to that, then you run the risk of, getting stagnant. And then all your stuff looks exactly the same. Not like just stylistically, but like every single stroke looks like the other one. There's no character in your, from one creature to another. I think that's part of why I really like the polls that we do. We get to choose. You guys get to choose what we're gonna paint, or what I'm gonna paint, and it's fun to have somebody else make those decisions, or a group of people, because if it was me, I would just pick the things I like painting. I would never like push myself into, like, I don't know that I would be painting demons. I'm not the biggest demon like fan. I'm usually actually the opposite. I'm usually the guy who wants to play the demon hunter. So it's fun to paint something like this because it's out of my typical wheelhouse. I'm definitely not used to painting demons. I think I've painted a few demonic things before, but it's not my bread and butter, so to speak. Yeah, you get a great look. There we go. I like that. Do we like that, or do we like it the other way? I think I like it without that. Take that back. I think I just like him like this. Kind of a dark bluish color. With the underneath. That Payne's gray is really nice. Really looks good on there. Heck yeah, that's gonna look alright. Those are good looking demons. Alright. Take a little coffee break. If you haven't liked and subscribed, go ahead and do that. I appreciate all that stuff. They helps the algorithm. They push me around and all that sort of things. If you like the new camera angle, also chime in. Let me know. I'm probably not, doing my best with keeping on target with it. So that could probably be something we could work on. But okay. So that's 3 different types. I guess we can just do these other ones the same. So we've got 6 demons. So we do 2 different styles, different colors. So let's see. Take a look at her horns. Alright, so we don't want that guy to be purple. So either of these 2 guys can be purple. It's almost the same guy, just different pose, right? So 2 different colors for these guys. So constantly breaking those flails. I don't even know why I print flails. Honestly. It's like I'm always breaking the things. Oh great, and it snapped into a couple pieces. That's lovely. I don't even know where the rest of it went. Flying around over there somewhere. Well, we'll fix that later. Just a little bit of super glue. No big deal. Damn, where did it go? It flew off into the nether. That's what I get for printing flails. Huh. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's just yet another part. I broke into 3 pieces? You gotta be kidding me. It's ridiculous. And they went flying everywhere around here. How in the hell did that happen? No. I'll have to stand up and actually look over there. God, that's super frustrating. Okay. Alright, so we did paint this. We're doing this one in the bright yellow. Or the not bright, yellow. Anyway. You all know what I'm talking about. Golly. Maybe you don't. I don't know. That really frustrated me. I hate breaking things. It makes me so. It gets me so upset. Even though it's like I cannot fix it. Not a big deal. But ugh. Still. What's the point? I'll be mad. I start creating characters to talk to on here since I'm on here alone a lot. Maybe if I did funny voices and characters, people would watch it more. Probably not. Can't do funny voices as it is. Talking to myself. You answer. Have you ever noticed sometimes when you talk to yourself, you try to answer yourself in a different voice, so you don't feel so weird talking to yourself? Or yeah, maybe I talk to myself too much. I don't know. I definitely have thought about this too much, I think. Little bicep is in there. We got it though. Bicep, tricep. What else is in there? Deltoids or something like that. I used to remember all that. I don't remember it anymore. I used to be better at remembering those sort of things. That's definitely one of those. If you don't use that knowledge, you will lose that knowledge. I think this new view is good. We just gotta get better at painting in it. It is like you're literally looking right down my fingers, which is kind of cool. I just gotta keep mindful of where my fingers are in relation to that camera. Maybe it can go up a little bit. That might look like it go up. Go up just a little bit more. I don't know if that's better or worse. Definitely better for me. I can see better. I don't know if it's better for the camera. Painting away all of her joys and sorrows from the day. Bo 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 bo. Bo bo bo. Throw up another quote in the title today. I don't know if anybody could catch that one. That one's kind of a rare. I think I'm gonna try and get some more like quotes together for these things. They're kind of fun. Doing demons in hell and stuff like that is easy though, so it's, you know. this in D&D. These are, I wonder if these are demons or devils. Since we have Asmodeus, I would, or whatever his name is. He looks more like a devil. So these guys might be devils. Devils and demons. I don't know that Arson Guild makes a distinction. In Dungeons and Dragons is definitely a distinction. I'd have to look at this. I'd have to look them up to be sure exactly what they would qualify for in Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, I think these are probably mostly devils. Demons have a less refined look. Again, that's Dungeons and Dragons, so that's a little bit of a different deal. Okay, so now we kind of understand the process of what. Oh, forgot to do his face. The process of what we're doing. You want to do it this way. We're going to put this red down. And then the yellow. Yeah. Kind of want to see what happens. That may not have been quite. There we go. That's better. Need this to be washy so we can kind of get into these crevices. And then we'll come back and paint that yellow over top of it. And you could honestly, leave them this color too if you wanted to. This would work as a demon color. Oh, forgot to do the tail again. Constantly forgetting to give them their tails. Which is another reason why I think these might be devils. Well, we're going to come back tomorrow and play around with some more. Man, that light's bright. There we go. Boom. So yeah. We'll be back tomorrow. Paint some more of the Legions of the Damned here, and yeah, move forward with that, and we'll be back to do that some more. There we go. Hope you guys have a great day. It's been pretty cloudy around here, and I hopefully get my medicine in. I'm definitely not feeling myself. Anyway, golly, see, I can't think straight, that's why I know I'm not getting enough air to my brain, because I usually have this, I usually have a closeout better than I have in the last 2 days. So be good to each other. That's what I usually say. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. Be good to somebody you don't know. Be good. Help each other. It's important. I promise. It's how we keep our society going. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.